What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Top Butler in the house. Just got back from MSG. What a beatdown, y'all. What a beatdown. I tried to tell you guys on the radio yesterday on the Ty Butler show, ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app. The Sixers lost this game on Saturday night. The Knicks started this series up 1-0 before a game was played. And that is because Philadelphia, en route to coming back from 3-1 down, had to play a game 7 in Boston where Embiid's going for 39 minutes. Maxey played 45 minutes. Paul George played 42 minutes. BJ Edgecombe played 44 minutes. That is a physical and emotional toll that you're putting on your 4 best guys, and then 48 hours later having to go to MSG against a team now favored to win the conference, a team that had rolled the Atlanta Hawks in the final 3 of that series, and with that building going nuts. And Jalen Brunson set the tone tonight. I thought that's an A+ game from Brunson. And it wasn't just the fact that he scored 27 of his 35 in that first half. He set the tone, got every switch he wanted. Just, I didn't feel like there are times where I feel like he's forcing it. But, he moved the rock, got to his spots, and he was in full control of that game from the opening tip and sent the message to the Sixers, y'all ain't got anybody who can guard me. Because remember, in this series a couple of years ago, to start out, the Knicks were winning games. Brunson was not efficient. Brunson had his early struggles in that series. That was not going to be the case tonight. You felt like every time he shot the ball, it was going in. Yo, the Knicks, I look up at the third quarter of this game, they're shooting damn near 70% from the field. You're not supposed to do that in a playoff game. They've now won 2 straight games by what they win by? It was 40. Was it 49? And then tonight was 39. You're not supposed to be doing that and dominating teams to that extent in the playoffs. They have just been, cooking. And it feels like 10 months ago, we were ripping them for how they lost game 3. That feels like ages ago, y'all. It's insane, man. The level of dominance we've seen from this team the last 4 games. It's the best we've ever seen them play. And they sometimes make you feel silly forever questioning if they could do, in fact, what the expectations were or achieve the expectations that we set before the season. No one saw this, though, right? 4 straight playoff wins, 16, 29, 51, and then 39. Like, did anybody see this coming from this group? That we questioned their toughness. We questioned their heart, no pun intended. Thought their defense wouldn't be good enough. How about their defense that right now is the 3rd best in basketball? The last 4 games they've held their teams 98, 97, 89, 98 points. So as much as we're going to rave about their offensive explosions, that defense to me has been the most impressive. I didn't think they'd had that in them at all. So shout out to the Knicks, man. Hell of a stretch of games. 4 straight wins. It's not supposed to look this easy. It is not supposed to look this easy. Shout out to Bill. He chimes in via YouTube. At Ty D Butler, you know the vibes. You know the deal. Streaming live on YouTube and on Twitter as well. It's not supposed to look this easy, man. He says he's rooting for Coach Brown most of all. Coach Brown, who all year long really didn't get any of the credit when they won, got all of the blame when they lost. We saw just utter ridiculous shot making tonight from the Knicks. Utter ridiculous shot making. And now, if I'm the Sixers, this type of win or this type of loss, I should say, is like easier to swallow because it's like, man, they shot they hit 19 of 37 from three. 19 of 37 from three, which is just an absurd number at any level. Excuse me. So they shot 60. They end up shooting 63% from the field. They had cooled off. And I told y'all. I look up in the third quarter, about 4 minutes left in the third quarter. They were shooting 69%. So they cooled off to 63. They hit 19 threes. And then Philadelphia just couldn't get anything going all night long. It was competitive for the first like couple minutes. And even at the end of the first quarter, where Philly's only down 8, it felt like they were down 28. The Knicks were just in control of it. And the reason why the lead wasn't larger was because Nick Nurse smartly went to the hack of Mitchell Robinson. He goes 0-4 from the free throw line. They take him out, and Beats flopping all over the place, which drove me nuts. I don't want to watch that for an entire playoff series. That's just not fun, man. And the officials know he's doing it, and they still allow him to get away with it. It just doesn't make sense to me. You're way too talented to reduce your game to that. Embiid's a hell of a player, man. He's a future Hall of Famer, and he's never going to be 100% again. You can even see him. He can't jump, can't really move. Cat had a drive to the basket from the 3-point line in the corner where Embiid just let him blow past him. And that's just another advantage the Knicks are going to have in this series. So I picked Knicks in 6. I'm not wavering off of that. I don't think tonight is going to be indicative of how the entire series plays out. But hat tip to the Knicks, man. This has just been utter domination the last 4 games. Their largest home win in franchise history after their largest overall win in franchise history. So they can go on the road and kick your ass. They can do it at home in front of their fans. Just an utter annihilation we saw in this game tonight. And, if you're a Knicks fan, you've got to be on cloud 9. How could you not be? How could you not be? After watching this team that for smaller chunks of the season had frustrated you, had a 2-9 stretch, had that, those back-to-back losses in LA, and you're questioning, what the hell is going on? We were concerned about just how much they cared and if they could flip that on-off button through the first 14 of the, and this is what I tweeted at halftime, that the Knicks had won their last 14 quarters by 116 points. 116 points through halftime. They had won their last 14 quarters. And we could just do the math. 116 plus 8 gets us to 124. Plus another 8 gets us to 132. So they've won their last 4 games by 132 points, which is just mind-boggling. Like, you're not supposed to do this in the playoffs. Crazy, man. Plus 135 points. They're winning by an average of nearly 34 games. Like, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to them, man. I want to hear from you on the comments. By the way, I'm about to be on the radio on ESPN New York until 1 a.m. So I would love to hear from the Knicks fans. Aiden Rock says, I like what the interviewed player said after the game. They all basically said that it didn't matter whether it was 1 point or 30 points. Yeah, Jalen in his on court interview with NBC said that like it's time to turn the page. Like it's over. We won the game, but it's 0-0 ahead to game two. Noah Eagle, shout out to him, done a tremendous job. Syracuse, what's up, baby? Uh, he said in meeting with Josh Hart, like he asked him about like they're the only team the last 4 years that have gotten to round two, and Josh Hart just kind of like dismissed it. It's like, so that's not our goal. Our goal is not to make it to the second round of the playoffs. Our goal is to hang a championship banner. And the way they look in their last four games, it's hard to argue that they're far off from that. It's like we spent a lot of time discrediting this team, poking holes, impugning their resume. And right before our very own eyes, we have seen them grow up and mature into a juggernaut. What does it mean the rest of the way? We shall see, but in the moment, you got to celebrate what has been an utter domination. They've been just flat out dusting, dusting teams. Like it's not even close. I saw Detroit go to 7 games with the 8th seed. I watched the Celtics blow a 3-1 lead. I saw the Cavs go to 7 games with the Raptors team without Quickly and Ingram. I saw my Lakers go to 6 games with the Rockets team with no KD. And the Knicks, after being down 2-1 in Atlanta, beat the Hawks by 16, 29, and 51, and then smashed the Sixers by 39. Absolutely, absolutely insane what we've seen from this team. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous right now. Um, but I just wanted to hop on here real quick and talk to y'all. Bill, which team is your most impressive so far? It's hard to argue it's not Oklahoma City. I mean, they went 4-0. They were the only team to sweep in the playoffs so far. Um, so it has to be it definitely has to be OKC sweeping the Suns, and I know the Suns were an 8 seed, but that they're the most impressive team so far. San Antonio has been awesome. I have that game pulled up. The Spurs down 2 to Minnesota. Ant-Man did make his return tonight. The two most impressive teams so far have been the Spurs and the Thunder. But the Knicks are right there. Like their last 4 games, that's as good of a 4 game stretch as you're going to get from any team in the history of the league. In playoff basketball, where it's the best against the best, highest level of competition, and this team is just like shrugged his shoulders, put his head high, pumped his chest out, and it's like we're just better than you, and we're gonna prove it for 4 straight quarters as we bludgeon you. And they've done that to the Hawks. They did that the last 3 games in the Hawks series, and in Game 1 against the Sixers. I'm hopping on ESPN New York, so if you're in the chat, I'm gonna take a couple more of your comments, but yo, call me up 800-919-3776. We about to be on the radio, y'all. Aiden Rock says how Porty might have played himself into some minutes. He didn't look bad against Embiid in the minutes he played. The 6 fouls that Mitch and Cat don't receive. I would think that that's a little bit of an overreaction. Cat got into some foul trouble. Mitchell Robinson was missing too many free throws. I'm not going to buy too much into what I see Huck Porty do tonight. It is another body you can throw at Joel Embiid, but I think the Knick rotation is set where it is. Benji chimes in. What's up, Ty? In light of such things, tired legs, what can we ultimately take away from this game moving forward? I certainly expect a fast start from Philly in game 2. Is Embiid a true threat? Embiid's a former league MVP. He's a future Hall of Famer. And when he's healthy, he's one of the best players in the league. And he absolutely is a threat. Um, I predicted, now I didn't predict they would win by 39, but I told y'all with confidence yesterday morning on the radio that the Sixers were drawing dead in this game. Like this was easy money for me. They had no chance. The Knicks were rested, were red hot, and the Sixers played on Saturday night in Boston. And all of their main guys played heavy minutes. They had no chance in this game. I thought the first half would be competitive before the Knicks ran them out the building in the second half because of those tired legs. I will say though, if I'm Philadelphia, this is the best case scenario as far as if we were going to lose the game, this is kind of how we want to lose it. Get blown out so your guys don't have to play heavy minutes. Paul George, 26 minutes. Joel Embiid, 25 minutes. Oubre, 27 minutes. Maxey, 27. And Edgecombe, 28. This was, if you were going to lose a game, the best case scenario for Philly. Get blown out so that your guys don't have to play heavy minutes. Biggest takeaway is the Knicks are great. And their defense has been awesome, man. Like that to me is as impressive as the offense is. They shot 63% from the field tonight, and they've been humming. Jalen's been cooking, and we understand all of that. Bridges, shout out. Yo, I put head to my Instagram at Ty D Butler. I reposted the Instagram that ESPN New York had of me with the, looking like Bridges. I just reposted that because I'm like, mood. That's how I'm feeling tonight. Bridges made an appearance tonight. He's played well in his last two games. He's played very well in his last two games. Very, very well. Um, my bad. I was just checking social. All right, so I'm about to hop on the radio. Aiden Rock, your Winthrop, make all ESPN New York radio shows live stream. You messing up. I appreciate you, man. I wish we could live stream show. I'm going on the radio. So I'm gonna holler at y'all guys later. Come to the radio though. Come to the ESPN New York app, 800-919-3776. Deuces.